This conference will now be recorded.
In last meeting, we discussed about class creation, right? We have created a class and we have implemented a dialog box related code, and we have created a action menu item, and also we just have integrated to the front end application. Today also, I'm going to discussing about the classes concept. Even in this classes concept, the scenario is how to insert a record through a particular class. That means I will create a class. Through that class, I just want to insert a record into the table. And also, I'm planning to tell you here, there is a concept of inheritance. First of all, let me tell you the scenario, how exactly we want to just insert a record into the table. Something like, there is a EMP table. Let me open this table in the browser. Here we have a couple of fields like ID, name, age, date of birth, etc., etc. There are so many fields here. I just want to insert a record into this table. Okay, a couple of fields like employee ID, name, age, date of birth. Let's take 4 fields initially in one class. I will create one more class and I will try to insert the remaining fields information. First, we'll take 4 fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fields are there. Okay, let us take 4 fields initially. Remaining 5 fields will set it up in the next class itself. I mean, I will create one more class. Through that, we will learn how to inherit a class. So this will be the best example. Now, I will do one thing. First of all, to implement this kind of concept, first I will try to create a dialog box. Okay, in this dialog box, we'll try to create like an employee ID, name, age, something like a date of birth. I will create 4 fields. Okay, I will insert the data in these 4 fields. When you click on OK button, automatically one new record will be created in EMP table. That I'm going to doing right now. Remaining fields, I will create one more class and taking inheritance of this previous class, and will try to insert complete record. Now, first of all, let me create a class, add new item, go to the code, class, new EMP entry parent class. Okay, new record, new EMP entry parent class. Okay, now in this class we are going to designing dialog box, right? So I'm creating a dialog object DLG, and dialog field, how many fields you required. For example, df empid, df name, df yes, df dob. Okay, let us take 4 columns, and okay, emp table. In which table we want to insert the data? Let us take the table emp loc. Now here, to construct an object for the dialog class, I'm overriding a method called new. Okay, in this method, dlg equal to new dialog. Okay, if you want to give the caption, you just provide here, enter employee details. Okay, This is a constructor method is this one. Okay, in this method I just have declared an object for the dialog class. Now here I'm taking one more method, public void setup dialog. This is a new method completely. Okay, in this method I just want to provide uh, df emp id equal to, I'm going to add fields to the dialog box. dlg dot add field extended type str. Already we have a extended data type called empid that I'm going to taking here to set up the employee ID field in the dialog box. Okay, df name equal to let us take here we have a, actually we have a name extended data type is there that you can directly use it. Let us take an object for the object I'm taking name. Okay, I mean label value df is, so here we need to take integer extended data type. Actually we don't have extended data type for integer, so we need to search in the extended data type list in the AOT. Okay, data types, extended data types. Actually we cannot, there is a difficulty to find the like is, we don't have a, okay, let's create a new extended data type. Add a new item, go to the data types, edt uh, edt integer. Okay, emp yes. Okay, I'm giving the label called yes. Here let us do one thing, let us take emp yes. Actually we have not build the project, that is the reason we are unable to see the extended data type here. Okay, even though you just type it here. Okay, we'll build it later point of time. Okay, uh, now what is the next thing, dob, right? Already we have a extended data type called from date that I'm going to taking here, but here the label value I'm giving date of birth. That's it. In the setup dialog, I'm just providing values here. I'm just providing values, and normally all these codes we have written previously. If you understand clearly, we already written this kind of code, okay, in previous session. But we are implementing this one in a simple dialog box, okay, in different methods. Now, actually here, um, okay, in the setup dialog box, we have written everything. After that, I'm taking one more method called public void get values from, or get values from dialog. It is a new method, right? You can take it anything like get from dialog. Normally, this method already we have seen in the last class, get from dialog method, but that is a override method. this is a new method. Okay, this is new method. You can define your this name anything like get values from dialog or something like. Okay, if you are getting confused, you just take it like this. Okay, get from dialog. Now here I just want to store all these values into certain variables. Okay, here I'm just declaring string variable eid emp name and integer uh, emp, okay, empl is the variable. Okay, and a date emp dob. There are three variables, I mean variables I have declared here. Now eid equal to df empid dot value, emp name equal to df name dot value. Okay, like empl is equal to df is dot value. Actually this method is not required, but for your understanding purpose I'm writing this. Emp dob equal to df dob dot value. Okay, now already uh, we have written, we have declared emp table and emp loc, right? Emp loc dot emp id equal to, directly I'm writing eid, that's it. Directly I'm assigning the value here. Emp loc dot name equal to emp name. Emp loc dot age equal to empl age. Emp loc dot dob equal to emp dob. Okay, I will call insert function a later point of time, but I'm assigning the values currently into the buffer of emp loc. Now, okay, um, I'm writing um, I'm writing a method called um, a run method to execute the business logic. Public, this is also new method, public void run method. Okay, here these are all new methods. Okay, don't worry, these are all new methods. So first of all, I'm calling this dot setup dialog because we need to call the user interface code, right? When the system is when the class is running, first of all we will call the run method and the main method itself. So when the system calls the run method, first it will initiate the user interface code so that this code will execute. Okay, this code will execute. So finally we will call the run method. Okay, setup dialog, so that the user interface code will execute. Now dlg dot, there is a run method to construct the dialog box, I mean to run the dialog box. So after that dlg dot wait, so automatically dialog box will close, so we need to hold the dialog box on the screen, so we need to write dlg dot wait. Okay, now if dlg dot close, okay, I mean, when you click on when the dialog box is closing, so first of all, we need to get this dot get values from the dialog. Finally, we need to call insert method, right? Emp loc dot insert. Now here I'm calling insertion function. I have not written here. Okay, immediately I have not written here. I'm calling. See, anyway, we are calling the dialog box. I mean, get from dialog method. After that, directly I'm writing insert functionality. Then the record will insert into the EMP table. Okay. Now this is run method. Finally, to execute this business logic, we have to write main method. Okay, that I'm writing right now. Public static void main args. So first of all, we need to create an object for the current class. This one equal to new EMP entry. Okay. Now new EMP entry dot call the run method. So system will execute the run method. When the system execute the run method, it will initiate the setup dialog method. It will wait, and when you click on OK button, automatically we will get the values from the dialog box, and it will insert into the table. Okay, you just need to write something like if you want info uh, insertion done. Okay, let's do one thing. Uh, let's make this object as a startup object, and let me build the application. Let me build the project along with the synchronization, because we have created an extended data type, right? So we need to build the project. Then only you need to execute this class. Okay, let's execute the class. New EMP entry parent class. Okay. So we have selected, I mean, we have taken extended data type, right? So that's what we are getting the values. How many values are there here? 106. Okay, so we need to we should not use the extended data type, that extended data type, because already we have a relation, right? So something like okay, let's remove the relation on extended data type. Just a second. Let's execute the class again. Okay, E105. Okay, click on OK button. Mhm.
So Arjun, we don't need to write any select statement for insert, right?
No. Select a statement. Why we require to write select statement? 105. Okay, 105 record already is there. Okay, let's create 106 record.
Oh yeah. There is no need to select statement because we're inserting in the same page.
Yes. See, insertion done. So that we'll go to again table 106 John record we have inserted. Yes, this one. We have taken only 4 columns, right? So that is the reason we are getting only 4 values: age, date of birth, employee ID, and name itself. Remaining 4 columns or remaining columns we can insert through another class by inheriting the parent class. Now I will create one more class. Now let's create one more class here. Add new item, code, new emp entry child class. Okay, now here I'm writing I'm taking extends new MP parent class. Now you can see the override methods. If you go to the override methods, get from dialog method, run method, setup dialog methods. These three methods we have written in the parent class, right? Now simply I will try to write the code in this particular this one. Here I need a few more dialog fields, right? Uh, dialog field df df status, df phone number, df what was that address. Okay, let's take it three fields. Okay, now we have so many columns up there now. Okay, now here again I'm overriding setup dialog method, to set up the values. See, automatically we got super because it is a override method, right? It is a override method. We are getting super functionality. So that what is this super meaning? This will call the parent class same method. In parent class, whatever the setup dialog method is there, that method this super will call. Okay, now below this super I will write df status equal to dlg dot add field extended type str. It is a boolean value, right? No yes id. Okay, no yes id, there is a checkbox. Okay, I'm just taking like a status df phone dlg dot add field same extended type str phone. Did you observe something here? I have not declared dlg object in this class. Where exactly we have declared dlg object? In parent class, right? Directly we are using here this dlg object. I have not declared in this child class. This dlg object directly I'm taking from the this here, from here, because we are already inheriting, right? That's what. So indirectly instead, I mean, we are calling super, right? So straight away uh, these four lines will automatically call here in place of super. So we will get 7 lines. Here we have technically we have 7 lines of code. These 4 lines and these 3 lines. Technically we have a total 7 lines. Address. Let us take any address field, right? Let us see any field is there for address. String size 10. address city. Okay, we'll take address city. Okay, what is that? We are unable to access address city. Why we are unable to access address city? Belongs to directory model, so that is the reason we are unable to access. Okay, in that intelligence, let us take this one. Okay, let us take address complement underscore br. Okay, let us take this one, address complement underscore br, but I will give something like a label called address, but you should create your own extended data type and use it. Okay, you better do. Okay, so setup dialog method is completed with super functionality. Now previously we have written get from dialog method, right? That also I'm taking from the extended, I mean here get from dialog method. In this get from dialog method, so here I'm planning to uh, take something like okay, now here str emp ph emp phone number emp address boolean emp status. Okay, now here emp ph emp ph equal to df phone dot value emp address equal to df address dot value emp status equal to df status dot value. And already we have declared emp table and emp loc in the parent class, right? Here now I'm using here emp loc dot phone equal to, what is the field name? emp ph, right? emp loc dot address equal to emp address, emp loc dot status equal to emp status dot status. That's it. Okay, and also we have a super functionality. Okay, super functionality. Super will call the parent class this method. So all these lines we have here technically in this method. Now I'm calling run method again, run method. Okay, I'm calling run method here. So here I'm writing this dot setup dialog method I'm calling. Okay, dlg dot run, dlg dot wait. Okay, if dlg dot close to okay, so actually here this dot get from dialog method, and finally we need to call emp loc dot insert. Okay, insert method. That's it. So finally, actually here a super. Okay, and here again I'm writing public static void main method args underscore args. So create an object for the child class, new emd child entry equal to new class. Now here new emp child entry dot call the run method. Okay, okay, let's build the project.
So, define here run procedure to make it a runnable class. But why we have defined here main? I just skip.
I mean, I will attach this class to the menu item. So that is the reason main method is required. This is a self-executable class. We need to, okay, let me run the child class. I'm running the child class right now. So automatically parent class, in parent class we have written 3 fields code. Those 3 fields also will be show in this particular dialog box along with
I got this, but yeah, I got that. But here you have defined this main class. So does it
main.
mean that the we have defined here main class to call this from menu item click?
Yes, yes, because this is dialog box related code, right? In dialog box definitely we need to write main method. Dialog box has to execute, right?
And what will be passed in the args parameter?
By default a static method should have an arguments. If you are not going to pass anything, you should write by default something like args class.
Okay.
Okay, I'm writing like E107 Kranti 27 one number blah blah blah. We'll see. (107) record. Yes. Okay. Age, date of birth, ID, and name, phone number, Hyderabad. Everything has inserted. But I have not taken this EMP type gender, right? So if you take that one also, the complete record will insert. Here, I just have implemented inheritance concept. In child class, I just have taken only a few things here, only 3 fields. The remaining things, everything I'm getting from the main method itself by calling the super functionality. Super, here also I have used super. Okay, here also I have used super. Instead of writing everything in a single class, I'm just using the parent class functionality, everything here. Okay, so this is all about inheritance.
Yeah. So if you for example this is done and we want to add more new fields, again we should create another new class and extend the child class or the parent class?
Anyway, child class already inheriting parent class, right? If you inherit your child class, the child class already getting the parent class, right?
Yeah.
So maybe
So if you
you
want
can.
to add a new field again, we should we cannot reuse this one, right? We should create another one again, or you can just use
No, no,
this.
no. You can reuse it. I mean, just add 2 lines instead of creating here. There are 3 fields. Just add 2 more fields like gender and employee type. We left right.
Hmm.
Employee type and gender we left here.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
add 2 more columns here.
Hmm.
Here, like if already we have 3, add 2 more columns instead of creating a new class. If the requirement is closing here only, then you can create, you can add a few more columns here. Otherwise, if you want to reuse it anywhere, okay, you just need to create a separate class. If you want to reusable, your reusability concept.
Hmm.
Here, simply I have 3 columns.
Hmm.
Okay, this class I can use anywhere so that I will get 3 values, right? ID,
Hmm.
name, age, and date of birth. In that dialog box, I will get these 3 values.
Hmm.
Okay, here I just have written one more class, and here I'm trying to show how we are implementing inheritance, or
Yeah.
else simply we can write everything in this class only, right? Why we need to create another class, and again we are calling the main methods and super functionality. Why we need to take a headache? Everything we, if you write 2 more lines, everything is fine, right?
No, but for example, if it is a out of the box method, for example, out of the box form or table or method, we cannot write code on that directly, right? We should extend that form or the table, and then we should write the code for that.
Exactly.
So even it's if for example some extension is already created, but we should still create a new class, right? Or we can just use the created extension and add a code to that class which is already created.
Okay, sure. Just practice it. If you have any doubts and all, we'll clarify in the next meeting itself.